Hi everyone, this is video number 8 in the Argo 2020 Quick Start User Guide video series. In this video, we're going to detail how you can print out your grant application. You can do so at any point in the application process. You can do this when you've completed some forms and not other forms. You can do it if you just want to print the whole thing out as a blank form so that you can have it to look at, or even transfer into a Word document and work on it offline. All those options are available to you. So the first thing we'll do is we'll log in from the Argo 2020 homepage. Any user who has access to a grant application can print the application. So you don't have to be a sponsor administrator to do what we're about to do, but we'll use our admin account that we've created that we've been using for samples. Remember in our last video we talked about what we can do. We can look in our tasks to see our applications. However, this would only show us applications that we still have work to do on. So if we wanted to see all the applications we have, probably the easiest way to look at them is to click on applications and then to choose the category of application we want to look at. In this case, we're going to look at all local parks 2020 applications, and we're going to search for them. Now you'll see I can view both applications that I have more work to do, right? So all of these that are currently in apply have not yet been submitted, so it's possible that I have more work to do on these. And then here's this one that I've submitted. So first we'll look at how to print a complete application, and we'll get to the Forms menu for that application. And under Management Tools, we can simply choose Create a Full Print Version. Now, when we select that option, it will print all of the documents or the forms that have information saved on them. In this case, my application is completed, so all of the forms in this particular application have been filled out and completed. So you can see when I went to print, what it really did was it put into my downloads folder a PDF version of my application. If I simply highlight that to bring it up, I can see that here's my application, right? This is everything that I put in. Here's my specific information. All the way through, I can see what I answered under city, population, test. I've got a full print version of the application. The only thing I don't have is if I've uploaded a document, all it has is a link to the document in the application. Okay, it does not have a full version of that document in the application. All right, so that's something to take note of if you want to be able to look at the files you've actually attached to the application. So that's how we would work with a document or an application that's been completely filled out. If we're working with a different kind of application, right? If we're in the middle of creating an application, let's say, and it's not completely finished yet, but we want to print out what's been done. If we choose Management Tools, so I've brought up an application, in this case, application 36 from my organization, and I have not yet gotten down to the other pages in the application, right? But I want to print out what I've done so far. And I can simply choose Management Tools and create a full print version, right? Now, that could be a little bit misleading. I could think, okay, it's going to print the application in its entirety, and it's going to include both the sections that I filled out and the sections that I have not filled out. That's not what happens, though. What will happen, as we see when we printed, it downloaded a PDF to my computer. It's only going to print the forms that I've actually started filling out, right? And you'll notice that's all. The first 3 forms, this is all the information that I've included so far. These are the only forms that I've opened and started, and so that is what we'll print here. If I want to print the entire application and I have not finished it yet, the best I can do in our new system is to create a full blank print version. Okay? Now what that will do is it will print the entire application with none of my answers in it. All right? So Worst case scenario, what I could do is I could choose a full print version and I could pull up the pages that have been finished, and then for the ones that have not been finished, I could always put this into a Word document and then copy and paste those two things together. Okay, so if I wanted to know what I had done and what I had not done, I'd need to combine those two things. But otherwise, the only option I have is to print a complete blank version of the application. This could be very helpful, though. You might decide you want to look at this offline and be able to answer these questions, during a time when you're not actually logged into the system, and then log in later and copy and paste some of your answers. So that is how we print a complete application, an incomplete application, and a blank application. And at this point, you've gone through all of the steps that you'll need to go through to create your sponsor organization, to create your administrator account, to start an application, to add and remove users from the application, to save all of the forms in the application, and then to submit the application and print it. You can always reach us at our main number here, 512-389-8224, and we can provide technical support. You can also email us at rec.grants@tpwd.texas.gov. There are links to all of our support resources in the applications and from the home page of the Argo 2020 system.